Hey everyone, dmgtv reactions right here, and in today's video we are back with, well, not really back, but we are in for a new kind of video, new kind of series, where I will be reviewing the DCU Rebirth comics. I started it, and I'm really excited about this because this is something new that I actually wanted to do for some time, where and it's something I can make more videos of. So it's really, I think it's going to be a fun ride. There were a lot of orders to read in, and like every other page said some other order. A lot of comic book websites had a different order, so I just picked one that made a bit of sense and that also explained why they chose that book to be read first and etc. So that's what I'm going to follow. So the first one I read was this one. Titans Volume 1, Return of Wally West. This one I really enjoyed a lot. There were a lot of phases where I really was like, what is going on, because there were a lot of difficult stuff to comprehend. A lot of things that, where I was thinking, now I can't follow, and like, did they not say something different before? But at the end, I think I understand it almost completely. So we follow Wally West, who is like the narrator of this story, like the main character. I don't know if that will be the case in later comic books for Titans, but this comic was especially Wally as the main character. Was once Kid Flash and now has become the Flash. He was trapped in a Speed Force, but came back with help of the Flash. That is what we know when you read later in the book. The Teen Titans are not Teen Titans anymore; they are now the Titans, and their memories have been gone. So they don't remember Wally. Wally has to do some things to make them remember again. We learned that Dick Grayson is on the team, who was Robin and now is Nightwing. Donna Troy is on the team, who just goes by the name of Donna Troy. Roy Harper, aka Arsenal. Garth, aka Tempest, used to be Aqualad. And Lilith Clay, who is Omen. And Lilith Clay is a character I'm not familiar with. The rest of them I am. I know them a bit. Some better than others, but Lilith Clay is a character I totally don't know, and I think her powers are actually kind of cool. I want to compare it a bit with Scarlet Witch, but that's like still something entirely different. But it's like, it's comparable. She can also read minds and go into some people, their minds. Scarlet Witch obviously can read minds, or she can sort of. It's a difficult thing to explain, but their powers are kind of not the same, but they're comparable to each other. It's been like 10 years, if I'm not mistaken, and what was cool was that we see this scene between Wally and Barry. About Barry saying that he's a Flash now, not a Kid Flash anymore. It's not a kid anymore, and then he uses molecules to reweave his new suit. That was really cool. I like Wally's suit. I like that you still recognize that this is Wally West, but you also recognize that he's a Flash now. So that's cool. Story mostly takes place in Gotham City, and in Keystone. Gotham City is where Dick Grayson's lift is, and Keystone is where it all happens, the action. If I'm not mistaken, Liv is supposed to be Wally's former love interest, but now it is Linda Park. but later we come to know that Linda Park is actually not his lover. So when when Wally was trapped inside the Speed Force, inside time, he was seeing different kind of realities, different kind of possibilities, where he met Linda Park and fell in love with her. That is a reality that is true for him. That is a memory true to him. But Linda Park, the real Linda Park, doesn't. That's not her past or anything, or a present. So it's really, that was like really complicated. But at the end, I kind of got it. The villain is actually Abra Kadabra, or he just calls me Kadabra in this story. But because he was the one who put Wally into the I don't know what the name was. He put Wally in. He made Wally disappear. The effect also came to him, and he also forgot. But because Lilith was looking into Wally's mind, his memories got back again, and he became the villain again. He is a bit like Mysterio in Spider-Man villain. He uses not real magic, but he uses advanced technology to do all the tricks. He do all the tricks that he does to hurt the Titans. He also used like puppeteers to fight the Titans, like Teen Titans, but he enhanced them with his technology. We also learned that Roy is actually in love with Donna, but doesn't really want to say it to her. Then we meet two characters I really don't know. I have to say that I didn't read the New 52. I know that actually comes before, so this is whole new for me. But people said to me that you didn't necessarily have to read the New 52. So anytime I'll probably know where we all stand and what will happen, or what has happened. They will probably explain it in some good ways, like they did now. What else happened? So the two characters we met a Karen, goes by the name of Bumblebee, and then her husband, I presume, or maybe her brother. They don't really make that clear. I think it's her husband, and they have a child together. Yeah, probably. Otherwise, there won't be a child crying in the chamber. But yeah, these are two characters maybe set up for the next thing. I don't know if it wasn't important, they probably wouldn't show this. But the man is former Teen Titan, I assume. I don't know his name, so I don't know the two characters at all. So that's probably a storyline for later. Then the next thing we'll learn that so everyone is actually imprisoned by Kadabra, because they all have separated, and all the puppeteers have are pulling their strings to kill them. But in order to Wally has to save them, of course, and he can because he has a speed. But Kadabra reveals that if he runs too fast, he will disappear and lose himself into the Speed Force. He has to go 700 miles in 6.25 seconds to save them all. He does it. He saves everyone, including Linda, who was also trapped, imprisoned by Kadabra. But of course, he vanishes and becomes part of the Speed Force. You see this cool scene between him and Linda in the Speed Force, like in the TV series of The Flash. You see that Barry also can communicate within the Speed Force with people he loves, like his mother, and people like that. So does Wally in the Speed Force, and he can communicate with Linda. Linda is actually the Speed Force, and the Speed Force reveals actually to him that he has to accept that this Linda, the real Linda, doesn't love him, and that his friends need him. So if he accepts that truth, he can escape the Speed Force Eventually he does, and he escapes and he defeats Kadabra, and Kadabra is now normally back in time, in the time stream, back to where he belongs. Then the word that gets, Lilith reveals a word that was inside Kadabra's mind was Manhattan. They don't know yet why that word is important or why it was in Kadabra's head. But then the comic ends with Deathstroke watching the Titans and asking himself who Wally is. So that was a cool ending, a really cool ending for me, especially when the Titans TV show has just had Deathstroke as a villain. Of course, this comic is probably older than the TV show, but it's still cool. For me, this was a really great comic, really great start to start this series of comics in the Rebirth universe. And for me, it gets a strong 8.8 out of 10. Because it really kept me on edge. While I was reading, I was making theories of how all this could be happening, etc. So it was a real comic that was difficult sometimes to understand, a real good one to keep me on edge and to give a good story. The villain was good. The team members are of course great. So yeah, this was my first comic book review. Titans Volume 1, Return of Wally West. Dan Abnett, who wrote the comic, he was a writer, Dan Abnett, did a really good job in my opinion, and I really want to see what the future of this universe and of the Titans hold. It's something else than TV shows and movies, so that was really great to have something different to do on this channel and to make more videos about it. This was my first review. If you like this, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, turn on the post notifications for more content like this, because I will be doing more these comic reviews in DC Universe Rebirth. And make sure to stay tuned for that, of course, if you like this, and if you are a comic fan as well, or a DC fan, or any fan, doesn't matter, you're welcome here. Guys, once again, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye guys.